Hey, troops, it's Rufo Geeks Adventures. Woohoo! So yeah, it's really late that I'm doing this because, well, okay. It's been funny watching Disney and Warner Brothers kind of one up each other as far as who can create the most disturbing, messed up headline in terms of their corresponding franchise tentpole movie train wrecks. Um, I mean, after years of things kind of quieting down a little bit with Warner Brothers, even as COVID-19 basically threw a hand grenade on top of their plans for Wonder Woman 1984, at least there was a plan for it to come out, blah, 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 blah. Then all of a sudden the Snyder Cut rumor turns into, oh yeah, we're actually going to do it. Whoa, okay. And now all of a sudden stuff starts coming out about the fact that Joss wasn't a nice guy. Pardon me. Wasn't a nice guy on set. With a sort of different side saying, oh, yes, he was fine. No, he wasn't, blah, 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 blah. Well, it would have been too easy for all of this to just go. Um, yeah, you know the rumor I'm talking about. The entire new Star Wars thing that's coming out. Um, the rumor, whatever you want to call it, of the last in episode 7, 8, and 9 basically being thrown out the airlock and going, yeah, we're gonna they didn't happen. Who knows what they're talking about. And you're wondering, why the heck am I bringing this up? Well, not just because they went viral, because wow. The ongoing talk also of Kathleen Kennedy and John Favreau, this kind of thing going on. Odds are, pardon me again, I'm sorry. Odds are there probably has been a lot of talk going on. My apologies. This is going to go all over the place because, well, I just thought about doing this at the last minute. I should have written things down. Now, why am I bringing this up? Well, why did I not bring this up earlier? Because this was hot news. Because this is all a lot of sniping, conjecture, blah, 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 blah. Let's be frank here. We know how toxic the entire atmosphere can be for fandom. Let's be frank here. So this talk about, oh, they're gonna make it go away, yada yada yada, whatever, fine. There are all sorts of opinions about the 7, 8, and 9, yada 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 yada. The fact that Favreau and Kennedy may have a little sniping going on, possibility. The fact that the films have underperformed. There's a discussion was on a thread I was kind of peeking at, and the idea of how much money did Disney think they were going to make, and there's something to be said about that. In all sorts of funky directions. The you look at what Disney had with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and you kind of wonder, they kind of overestimated what they thought they were getting back in return. The disturbing thing is, I'm saying all this, keep in mind, as much sniping as people do, the real numbers, I mean, one movie did not crack $1 billion, and that's Solo. Force Awakens cracked $2 billion, one of the few movies in history to do that. Everything else cracked $1 billion. As much as people hate, despise, want to take a dump on it, want to blah blah, or want to laud it as being a wonderful new vision, trying to go in new directions, but fans couldn't appreciate, whatever take you on. It made $1 billion, people. My Lord, $1 billion. And the scary thing is, the industry looked at it and went, that's all you made? And I've mentioned this a couple times. At least I thought I'd done, or maybe I just mentioned it on Facebook. But anyway, it's interesting how, these films, and everyone's kind of having a cow that, oh, you only made $1 billion. Keep in mind, not every MCU movie makes $20 bajillion. Doctor Strange did not crack $1 billion. None of the Ant-Man and the Wasp, none of those movies cracked $1 billion. Okay. Now, granted, everything else has, but you get the idea. There is no sense of panic button or anything. So you kind of wonder when they bought, when they did to George Lucas for Star Wars, if they were really kind of going, we're going to make $1 trillion off of this franchise. To which George went, whatever, I don't care. You buying this? So there's that. The other, now this is actually the thing that kind of this evening before I started this whole thing, the reason that I'm like dropping this at 12 midnight, saw the umpteenth update, like, oh, the latest rumors, da 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 da. Something just dawned on me is that, okay, this has gone viral. Okay, now not so viral that comicbook.com and, yeah, I'll say it, the more, and Variety has not said anything about this. Hollywood Reporter has not said anything about this. You're going, well, those are the traditional sites and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because they have real sources. Okay, because they have real contacts. When they say that they know people that work for Lucas, that work for Kennedy, yeah, they do. They don't just know the mail person who's delivering stuff for the Starbucks that's like 1 block away from the studio. Okay. These are organizations that do this for real. None of them has said anything about this. Now, here's the thing that... Now, you're going to, what's your point, fool? No one at Disney or Lucas or anyone... Does Lucasfilm still exist? Anyway, no one at Disney has discounted any of this either. I mean, this has become a thing, okay? Everyone's talking about blah, 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 blah. So that's the thing that kind of made me go, wait a minute. And mainly because this isn't just a tiny thing where it's like, oh, this is going to be the latest project, Bob, all that kind of foolishness. This is about outright going, yeah, J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson basically foobarred Star Wars, so we got to fix it by making 3 movies that made $4 billion go away. Actually, no more than that. I guess another way of interpreting this is, are you making everything go away? I mean, the thing to keep in mind also is that this whole reboot that Disney started from The Force Awakens forward basically looked at, everything that was done previous to that. The Yuvan Zong invasion, Mara Jade, all of this stuff went fine. And, basically treating, if memory serves, treating the films as canon and, whatever they decide to cherry pick. But you get the idea. I mean, are they kind of going, maybe we shouldn't have done that? And like I said, again, the fact that this is becoming, it's taking, yeah, I'll say it, it's taking a life of its own and kind of moving, and the fact that for something that that big, the mouse hasn't said anything about that, going, oh, you guys are really funny, no, everything's fine. Hey, Kathleen, hey, John, come on. I said, come on. Force lightning. See? They're smiling. they're smiling. You're not getting any of that. So, Now, I am the umpteenth geek who is talking about this whole thing, all right? So, and unlike everyone else, I really have no sources, all right? I don't know. I don't know the dude who runs the comic book shop comic book shop where, some of the guys who do CGI on the third unit on alternate Tuesdays. I don't know nothing. This is purely based on like everyone else just reading stuff on the internet and going, am I that smart? No. But like I said, the creepy thing about all this is that no one said this is not happening either. So what does this mean? Keep in mind, about 2-3 months ago, I was talking about Wonder Woman 1984. And what are they going to do about Wonder Woman 1984 with COVID-19? Well, they're doing whatever Warner Bros. Is doing what everyone else did. Push back the date. Keep pushing it back. We'll figure out something. So, hey. Talk about grain of salt. We're talking about, 20-ton truck full of salt at this point. But again, on the other hand, what probably gives this so much traction is the fact that, well, because of COVID-19, there really isn't any kind of news. So, every little thing that's said finally just explodes and takes on a life of its own because, as bored as we geeks are about talking this kind of stuff, moments like this, it gets worse. So, at which point, what's that? There's an adage and there's no such thing as bad publicity. I don't know. I think Johnny Depp and Amanda Heard may have differing opinions on that. But, so what does this all mean? Nothing, frankly. Like I said, I'm just the umpteenth geek that's kind of overreading this stuff, okay? But on the flip side, like I said, it's interesting that Disney hasn't said anything, considering how much this is taking on a life of its own. And number two, let's be frank, odds are, and as much as this is all kind of blah, 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 odds are good that there's rustling going on at Disney over Star Wars. But like I said, what does this mean? I guess we'll find out down the road, right? Anyway, so hey, one more thing to overthink about, all right? Hey, y'all take care. Have a good rest of the weekend. May the Force be with you, especially if you're trying to fix Star Wars right now. May the odds be in your favor, and as always, be good to each other. Okay, peeps? Y'all take care. Peace. Bye.